That's what they always claim. But we're gonna remain friends. What?
Yeah,
Nah.
we got to remain amicable.
Nah, this over. Bounce, broad. So anyway, that's probably my only problem with the first part of this is that he sees this huge problem with someone who has an unfounded love for the Michael Sam story and an unfounded hate for the Tim Tebow story, but he doesn't explore the other end of it. The people who don't people who don't want Michael Sam in the league just because he's gay. The first thing I did.
People they didn't want Mike Vick back in the league because he was fighting dogs and killing dogs.
Hey, you remember what I said about that? Like the people who was like, they gotta let him back in. Like, no, the hell they don't. Ain't nobody gotta do nothing. Mm-hmm. Like if they choose to let this dude play football again, so be it. But if they don't, it's the same thing. If you get fired from your job for fighting dogs or DUI or whatever, like your boss ain't gotta rehire you when you get out of jail. Right. It's the same thing. Now, if you're a value to the company, like Mike Vick was, or is, or was at the time, sure. Or you're valued to a part of the company, and that part of the company happened to be the Philadelphia Eagles, by all means, there's employment here for you. But if no one saw the value in it, it's like Ray Rice. Ray Rice can still probably play some running back in the league. But he has no, the other stuff that he brings to the table outweighs his value. I can get Justin Forsett and Bernard Pierce at the time to do the same job or better, obviously better in Justin Forsett's case, than Ray Rice was doing for less headache. Like no one's gonna be out here picketing my training camp practice because Justin Forsett is on the field. So there's that. So same thing. So the people who just like, I don't want Michael Sam to play because he's gay and he's gonna be a distraction in the locker room. Because guys who beat up their women and guys who do drugs and guys who are drink and drive, those aren't distractions in the locker room. Like if those aren't distractions, a dude who likes another dude can't be a distraction either. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't be so morally offended by a dude liking another dude or loving another dude and be all right with the dude in the locker next to you beating on his woman. You can't. It just don't work that way.
Well, just that whole the whole Michael Sam thing, and because basically what you're saying is it's almost a double standard. It's cool for the macho man to beat his wife's ass, and everybody's cool with it, or cool for the drug addict man to do his cocaine or his weed or his crack or whatever it is that he does. But it's not okay for Michael Sam, for him to be, to be who he is. But people were acting like Michael Sam was actually going to have a locker, and he was going to be turned around just watching everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just going to be sitting there watching for folks to walk in the showers, or he can follow them in, or waiting for people to take off their towel or whatnot. Again.
Here's the other part about that, though. There's another part to that. It's like the people who get villainized for saying, I'm uncomfortable. That's fine. It's okay, because when things are new, it's okay for people to be uncomfortable.
Right.
It'd be like if your pastor walked into the room you're in right now. There may be a chance you start speaking a little differently. You're not speaking about let's get horny anymore, or talking about back shots and none of that stuff anymore. Because your pastor.
I was sitting here in a white beater, some boxes, and got a beer right here on my desk.
Right.
I hope my pastor don't walk.
So things will get a little bit uncomfortable for you. But then if your pastor say, you know what, it's cool, man, give me a brewski too. Like things start lightening up a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Don't get as comfortable as me.
Right, because then things will get weird. Yeah, you get like Eddie Longish in the building. Yeah, keep the cap on your beer, cuz I hope you got the screw on tap. Kind of roofie you. But you get my point, though, right? So for people to be uncomfortable, that shouldn't be something that for people to like, oh, you're homophobic. No, it's a new situation. Our human nature does that to us. When we get put into a situation that we're not used to, there is a level of being uncomfortable until you get acclimated, until you realize, oh man, this dude just like us. He's the same as us. Now, even if he want to share stories of him with his dude, yeah, because I'm the first dude to say, if you listen to this podcast, you hear me. I'm always advocating for gay rights and people to be able to openly love the people they love. But I'm still the dude that can't watch a movie and two dudes are kissing. I'm still the dude that's going to turn away. Just because.
Yeah, that's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm not used to it yet. I know people that are good with me can just sit and watch a movie like that. I'm not there yet.
Now that happened on the season finale of Empire. Because one of the
gay dude on there?
One of the sons is gay.
Oh, that's awesome.
One of the sons is gay.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's gay, and this guy that they have as their main camera guy filming like this project, he's gay as well.
Oh.
So now they done clicked up. So they had sex on Terrence Howard's desk, like on the season finale or whatnot. Like it was. There's been a lot of homosexual stuff on that. Right?
That's outstanding. Anyway, back to this article. Again, it's called "Bias in the Booth: An Insider Exposes How Sports Media Distorts the News." He goes on to say, Dylan Gwynn is the guy we're talking about. He goes on to say the sports media is overwhelmingly made up of liberals. I don't know if that's something factual that he has or if that's his opinion. I don't know what overwhelmingly is. But he goes on to say they love homosexuality and hate Christianity. Because Christianity explicitly forbids homosexuality. Now, it sounds so hypocritical because now what you're doing is the same thing that you're accusing people of doing, of grouping a whole group of people into one ball of wax. They hate Christianity and they love homosexuality. I don't know what that means to love homosexuality. If I feel like a man or a woman who loves someone of the same sex should be afforded the same rights that I am. Like, when the Jason Collins thing happened, I had no problem with telling people, good for him. Now, it wasn't like he's a hero or he's courageous. It wasn't on that type of thing. My thing was like, he's free. Like, freedom is something. Freedom and happiness are two things that I'm all about, because this is why I don't commit crimes. I love freedom. Love it. And I garner and I hold it close to my heart. So I don't do criminal activities for that express reason. So when someone's able to be set free from a different prison, could you imagine, Rob? You can't go on vacation with your woman? Like if y'all go to, I don't know, Savannah or somewhere just for a weekend, you can't go lay out on the beach with her because people are going to look at you funny and judge you? Could you imagine that?
No.
Same thing this dude goes through. He got to hide his relationship with his boyfriend because in his line of work, his sexual orientation isn't accepted. And to me, that's wrong. It ain't about loving homosexuality. I don't even know what that means, to love homosexuality. But what I do is, people who are good people, and he seemed like a pretty stand-up guy, from the outside looking in, he deserves to be free. Like, he shouldn't have to hide. Like the people are saying, like, why do they have to tell us that they're gay? Why not? If he want to, it's America. Do what the hell he want to. And if that's part of him claiming his freedom, man, whatever. I'm good. I'm all about it. So when this guy starts talking about people in the media loving homosexuality, I would really love for him to expand upon that, because I don't understand what that means. Like, if you believe people should be treated fairly and treated like human beings, okay. And I guess I love you. I guess I love homosexuality. I guess if that's what it means. And then say people hate Christianity because Christians hate gay people. Okay. To me, those two things are total separate things. Like, I don't care what religion you are. If you feel the need to treat somebody less than a human for no damn reason or for some made up reason, yeah, I just hate you. I don't hate your religion or whatever organization that you're associated with. I just hate you because I hate stupid people. Period. So you can be black, white, green. You can be Muslim. You can be Catholic. You can be Methodist, Christian, whatever. If you're a stupid Muslim, guess what? I hate you. If you're a stupid Christian, I hate you too. Yeah, I definitely don't discriminate with stupidity. Like, I'll cast that net real wide, and whoever it catches, whatever stupid people it catches, yep, you're in the net.
You just an equal opportunity hater.
As far as when it comes to stupid people, I can't stand stupidity. Because hear what I'm saying. There's a difference between being stupid and being ignorant. Ignorant is the lack of the knowledge. Like you don't know what's wrong. But once you have information and you choose to go away from that information for whatever reason, that makes you stupid. Like the people who believe like climate change isn't real, when people have cameras on icebergs and in real time you can see them melting. When you go to like
no doubt about that.
Where did they go on Vice last? They went like Budapest or something. The sea level is literally rising to the point that people have to move. They have to go live inland. And there's not enough places inland for these people to live. So now you got overcrowding and crime and all that kind of stuff. Like, just because it's not happening in Atlanta or whatever American city that you live in, the world is much bigger than America. And people are really experiencing what's happening from this. So there are people like, no, there's no such thing as climate change. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You're not ignorant. You're stupid.
Yeah, you need to watch National Geographic.
Anything. Like, pick up a damn book, my man. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't want to read, I mean, a lot of people just don't want to read. That's why they don't know it's real. So
therein lies another problem.
If you just want to see it, like, it's plenty video on YouTube. I mean, like I said, Nat Geo, like, you can see the glaciers melting. I mean, that's really become a major problem in certain areas, especially, because, farther north and farther south, the days and nights are kind of different, and the seasons are kind of different and whatnot. So, it's definitely becoming an issue.
Yeah, just turn on the news. Like, you think those people in Boston got like 1 million feet of snow in 2 weeks just because it happened? No. Crap is changing. It's changing for the worst. Like Hurricane Sandy and all that stuff, that don't happen in New York. You feel what I'm saying? That stuff, like these horrific weather events don't happen unless things are changing.
I know you've seen this movie. What was it? Where was it? New York, and they had the big blizzard in New York.
Oh, that was the most terrible movie of all time. That movie was the most terrible movie of all time.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's not that old. Oh, okay, yeah.
Because Jake Gyllenhaal was speaking of Brokeback Mountain.
There you go. There you go.
See how it all comes together? Back to Brokeback Mountain with us. Anyway.
Yeah, Mr. Brokeback. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a child.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about the comment as far as the people in the media being liberals, all of us being liberals and hating Christianity and loving homosexuality. He goes on to say, the overwhelming majority of the liberal media, sports and mainstream, are the children of privilege, an identity that they despise because they feel the country was built on slavery, genocide, and racism. Well, I don't know if anyone necessarily only feels that way. Those are kind of facts.
Yeah.
America was built on slavery, genocide, and racism. I don't think.
But, now look, listen to all the things that you're saying, right? Like, dude, do we fall into any of those? Like, do we fall into that category? Like, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, I don't want Tim Tebow to fail because he's a Christian. I agree with you. Like, Tim Tebow's just a terrible quarterback.
But remember what
the whole Michael Sam thing is that I'm not rooting for Michael Sam because he's gay, and I'm not rooting. I'm not. Rooting against him or for him because he's gay or not gay. You know what I'm saying? Right. Where do people like me and you fit into this equation?
See, remember what I'm always saying. The authors don't look or have the same perspective as the characters. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about now. Because apparently he's not talking about us. And very few people are when they talk about the sports media.
Sports media, right.
Very few people are referencing us or anyone who looks and sounds like us when they say that. They're talking about Oberman and Patrick and Colin and Mike and whomever. And what's my man's name for the XM dude that said black people can't do this job? Essentially, he said that. That's
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Mad Dog.
He's talking about those people.
Who,
And
by the way, turned around and gave Jamie Dukes and Stephen A. Smith gigs at his radio station.
yeah, and my man